All right. It's been a long time in the making. Here we are, episode one of the Sonic Boys podcast. I'm here with
2 a.m.
Am and I am chosen. I guess we'll do like a little brief intro of who we are for the first episode. I go by Chosen. I'm a producer, writer, slash engineer, slash intellectual, slash human, slash foodie, slash part-time comedian, and a host of other things. But it's hard to summarize yourself in like just a couple words and phrases. But that's me, Chosen,
I agree.
and we have
2 a.m. Producer, multi-genre producer, engineer, mixing engineer, mastering engineer. Pretty much, I do anything when it comes to music. I can't really do anything else, so it's the only thing I'm best at. But yeah. So
yeah, that's definitely it. You don't gotta say too much. You know what I mean?
no,
It's like,
I don't want to say too much.
Yeah, no,
honestly.
it's just that's what it is. It's just the first episode we're gonna be giving you guys today. As
Yeah.
you can tell by the title, we're gonna be talking about Dawn FM.
Mhm.
We're gonna be talking about
Great
the
album.
Weekend. We haven't really been saying much about it.
No,
We
we've
listened
been
to it
we've
in the
been
car.
we've been keeping quiet on it. We've been keeping quiet on it
Yeah,
because we
yeah,
wanted
facts.
to save it for this exclusively. So
Yeah, yeah. We've just been riding around listening to it. I listened to the whole album on the way over here, and we just been kind of like anytime we're in the car listening to the
oh
album,
yeah, it's
we're just like we're vibing with it, but we're like, nah, like let's wait till we get to the podcast
let's just
to really
save it.
say.
Let's just save it for the podcast.
But yeah, that's basically what we're gonna get into today, and the conversation between me and this kid. Me and this kid have known each other for like how long now?
3 or 4 years,
Yeah, bro. Like we've
easily
known
3
each
or
other-
4. I would
yeah.
say, yeah.
We've known each
Yeah.
other for some years now. We definitely have a lot of the same tastes in music, a lot of the same perspectives, and so we just thought like, why not just start a podcast? Why not just get in front of the camera and just
I mean,
start those
in
vibes?
my opinion, I think this should have been started like years ago. But
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
with everything going on in both of our lives, we never really got a chance to get it popping. But
That's a fact.
you put that on Instagram, and I was like, yo, we had to
Yeah,
get this going.
yeah. That's how it started,
So-
bro. That's it. Literally, the inception of this could be traced back to way earlier, but pretty much this was an
Mhm.
idea like within the past week. And we're
Oh
just like,
yeah,
let's do
yeah,
this
and
shit.
we just ran with it. We literally just ran
Me
with
and
it.
this kid are both leapers. We're both, we're
Mhm.
doing our thing, and we
Yeah.
just decided to get it going.
Yeah.
So without further ado, I think it's time to get into Dawn FM.
Dawn FM. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, so
Um,
yeah, how you want to start off? You want to start?
Oh
like,
man,
shit?
we could do a track by track, but
Let me pull out the track list. Yeah.
yeah, pull up the track list.
But
Let's-
overall,
let's go through that.
Let's just go before we even get into the track list, though.
The overall vibe.
Yeah, how do you
Let's-
feel
let's-
overall about the project?
Honestly, bro, you know me. I'm a fan of pop music. So when it comes
Yeah, yeah.
when the weekend hops on a pop beat or an 80s type of beat, bro, I'm automatically hooked. Like
Yeah.
automatically, like off the start. And again, I listen for a lot of like a more on the instrumental side than than a lyric listener like like the normal listener would listen to. And I'm pretty sure you do too. You like to
Yeah.
hear the textures, the ambience, and everything that goes into making the record. And if I had to say like a couple things about the album as a whole, I would definitely say it's sonically, instrumentally wise, I think it's his best work yet. I don't know about lyric wise, but
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much agree with everything that you just said. It's the man just creates. He just creates a universe that you
Yeah.
could dive into every
Mhm.
single time you listen to the album. Like you press play. I remember when he dropped After Hours. I was just like I listened to it with headphones, and this was before any of the videos had really dropped. Maybe Heartless had dropped, but it just paints this image in your mind of like what's
Yeah.
really going on in this guy's world, because he's a very mysterious
Oh,
dude up
yeah.
until now though.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
now everybody knows him.
Well, yeah,
But
because
the-
now he's
yeah.
he's a superstar.
Yeah, bro. He used to be
He's a superstar. So
to go from homeless, walking around the streets of like Toronto or wherever. I think he's from Toronto. Yeah. To now like literally one of the biggest pop stars of all, like literally of all time. I don't even think it's up
yeah,
for debate.
Yeah, no, easily.
know what I mean?
Easily. I think I read something the other day. It's
Crazy.
like he's the, I think in the last decade he's the number one, like
Number one streamed.
he might be, yeah, or he might be like the number one artist of the decade, which is like, I mean, to have that is like, and again, like what we were talking about before, with the interview that he had with Zane Lowe,
Mhm.
he even said, all that comes with a price, all that.
Yeah.
So
It's definitely got to be a lot of pressure on him. But going back to what I was saying about like the whole world that he creates, like he just brings you into that world, and he paints the pictures with the instrumentals, like you said, with the lyrics, with the vibe, the video. I'm a big fan of his music videos too, because I feel like he's like alluding at certain things and trying to tell us certain things without actually just saying it. Because I remember watching or listening to an interview where he was like, "Yeah, my videos, I like to leave them up to interpretation. I like to kind of keep them open and not necessarily tell you. I like when directors and movies like show you rather than just outright tell you." I know he drew some inspiration from like Stanley Kubrick, who's like a pretty famous director. He's gone now, but he had a lot of prolific movies back in the I think it was like the 80s and the 90s and stuff. But yeah, you could tell he definitely has an eye, like an artistic eye for the video, the cinematics of it. You know what I mean? It's just amazing what he's able to do with it every time.
Yeah, I mean the fact I think the craziest thing to me is the fact that he's able to like build his own character within
That's
each
the
album.
coolest shit. Yeah,
Like that's the coolest thing. You know what I mean? Like not a lot of people and not a lot of artists nowadays do that.
They don't, bro.
They kind of just make records, put them out, and you know they don't even put it out with the intention of making an album. They just make records. They may not even sound cohesively together, but you just drop them on an album, and then boom, you say you dropped an album, which again is still dope. But you know, like the fact that he kind of takes on like a different persona, I mean, that's crazy. You know, it's crazy.
It's wild, bro. And like that's a great point, because a lot of artists nowadays they just throw together a bunch of singles and it's not cohesive, bro.
No.
Like you could tell like they just were like, all right, there's a hot song right here. We're gonna put that motherfucker third. Okay, and then the first that's gotta be the hit up there, and then like halfway through we'll get the feature. All right, boom, put it out. And it's like, come on, bro. Like and you can do whatever you want when you make music. I just feel like it should be a cohesive body of work.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, and this Dawn FM, you play it. I played it from top to bottom on the way over here. It's extremely cohesive. It's a concept album. It's like you're going through the afterlife. You know what I mean? That's Dawn FM, and Jim Carrey's like narrating it. There's some cool interludes. And he just takes you into that world. The character development with each album is just like mind blowing. And like that's such a good point, bro. Like. The characters that he brings, like nobody's doing that.
No.
Who is besides The Weeknd, like in a major way, building like I mean I know Tory Lanez did his like 80s thing. He kind of built the Ashton Rain character. I was a fan of that album. I don't know if you were.
Honestly, I listened to a couple songs off that album. I thought it was cool. I wasn't like a big fan of it. Like you asked me this morning if I you know, between the two albums, which one I thought better, I would obviously have to go with Dawn FM. I just think the overall production, everything was 10 times better, I think, than Tory Lanez. But again, I do think there is some bops on that Tory Lanez record, but I just don't think it's his high point when it comes to his genre.
Right. So. Yeah. No, that's a fair point. I definitely keep coming back to some of the Tory Lanez song off that album because, like you said, there's some bops on there.
No, there's
like,
some bops.
Listen to them again, it's
bops.
like, wow, this is good melody, good
production. There's definitely some bops on there.
But yeah, I think we should go through the track list a little bit, briefly for each track. Okay, so we have Dawn FM, the intro. How you feel about the intro? Because sometimes you just might skip through.
Yeah, see, again, bro, whenever The Weeknd puts out a project or an album, I can't skip through.
No.
Like I
he
feel like
excited.
You're just like if I skipped over one, I don't feel like that I didn't listen to the record, but I'm just like, damn, I'm really like doing myself bad on this. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to listen to the album like straight through, and I think the intro track is sick.
Yeah.
I think it's sick. I like how Jim Carrey comes right in and he starts, he
takes
he kind of like takes the wheel right there and he like takes you on like this adventure.
Facts.
I think it's sick.
Yeah, bro. The Dawn FM intro, in my opinion, I think it's dope. It just sets the stage for what's to come.
Yeah.
You know, you get those synths play. You just know something crazy is coming.
Oh, yeah.
The Weeknd is not going to do anything like anybody else. He might take certain nuances that are like similar to what's going on or what's current, but he just flips it. Like I think I said the other day, like he's got you like in the past, in the present, in the future. It's like he's got the retro sound, but it's like releasing now, but it's like futuristic. It's just crazy, bro. He's just
I agree.
One of the greatest. But that's just the intro. So we're already praising this motherfucker OD, and we just talking about the intro. We're like, yo, this thing's the GOAT. Like it's just the intro.
Yeah, like, just the intro track, bro.
We just appreciate good music.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. No, that is true. That is very true.
Okay. Gasoline.
Oh man. I mean, from the beginning of that record, with the synths, that synth, bro, is crazy, dude. But when it goes into like that, and that's really where I hear the '80s vibes, like that. It gives you like that swing vibe, bro.
The drums is crazy on this whole album. Like they're just.
And I love his. I think it's a vocoder effect. I'm not too sure what effect he has on in that, but when he first comes in the vocals in that first verse, it's like. Again, it kind of sets you off for the rest of the album because you don't think like when I first heard that I'm like, damn, is the rest of the album gonna sound like this? And then as the song progressively starts to flow, he kind of comes in with like that hook, and then he brings you right back down again. So it's kind of like a roller coaster of a track. It is sick.
Hold that thought. Because we could always cut this out. I just want to make sure it's rolling, bro.
We're good.
Nah, because, bro, it doesn't matter. Like, we could cut it up. And, like,
Yeah.
This is the first episode, so we're going to make sure that everything.
Yeah. We want to make sure that everything is, like, perfect.
See the full version on YouTube. The uncut mostly.
Absolutely.
But anyway, yeah, Gasoline, I pretty much feel the exact same way. Gasoline is, like, it's got that retro feel. He almost, my little sister was like, he sounds like the Ghostbusters on that thing. And I'm like, that's retro,
that's
super
pretty,
retro.
That's a pretty sick comparison. Yeah, I could see that, honestly.
And I was like, wow, just the way. There's so many things I could say about it, but one thing I do want to note is that how morbid it is. Like the subject.
It is
material.
morbid. It is morbid.
You know?
Yeah.
He's like basically saying like, pour the gasoline on my body.
Yeah.
And light it on
yeah,
fire.
literally. Nah, but I mean,
Like,
we all know that the Weeknd, he definitely has his demons.
Yeah, for sure.
He definitely has to. I mean, again, like what he said in that interview, it comes at a price, unfortunately.
The fame. And
a lot of this stuff definitely comes at a price, and again, you're not handed this. You know what I mean? And some people, some people may think that, but you're not handed this. I mean, and if you have a talent, it's amazing. But again, if I feel like when you do hit that level of stardom, that's a whole nother level. You know what I mean, bro? Like that's 100%. Not just you like having a couple million Instagram followers. You know what I mean? Like, bro, how many Instagram followers does he have?
He's probably
got like 40. I mean, bro, like it's just I feel like that's a whole other realm. You know what I mean? When you get to that level. So
the dude performed at the Super Bowl, bro.
I mean, yeah.
Like when you do that, that's like another layer of
absolutely.
What's the word of society of life? And I'm not saying that's any better or worse than anybody, but it's just a different level of attention. You know what I mean? A lot of people. I don't think some people realize how much that could take a toll on your mental. I mean, just you and I alone, like, coming up through the ranks of the industry, we're both musicians.
Oh my God, yeah.
We know what it's like to deal with, a little bit of rising cloud and people kind of treating you different. So you could just imagine magnified by like millions and millions of fans and people and even haters too. Not everybody's a fan.
Dude, I'd have to have people like just take over my social media at that
point.
Like if I had 1 million or 2 million followers, I'd probably have to just have people take over my social media.
Yeah.
And to be honest, bro, I don't think I would ever want to get to that level. I'm being honest. Like I would
50 mil follow.
Yeah, that's either, just. I mean, it. I feel like that takes a different type of brain. That you have to have a certain type of brain for that because I mean, again, bro, it's just like if you're one of those people that will sit there and go through every comment, go through every dislike.
No, you can't do.
You can't do that.
No,
you can't. You know what I mean? And some people are like that.
Like
unfortunately, some people.
Comment?
Yeah, bro. Like I've seen some artists, bro, talk about it. Like. Especially, bro, with those mental struggles, bro, people are like so hard on themselves, dude. So it's like, damn, like, they'll put out a record and they'll see 1,000 people love it, right?
Yeah.
And there's 2 people that hate it, bro. And it's like they did the worst thing in the world. It's crazy, bro. Well, I mean, it really weighs on your mental,
The mind always goes to like the negative thing. We're gonna get into a little bit of mental health, like after the track list, but yeah, like. The negative in your mind can be like a virus. Like it literally, like you could have 1,000 loving comments, like you said, but then you have those 2 or 3, even just one. That's like, this is fucking horrible. And they're like, horrible, some people get so detailed with the hate too. They're like, you're not at this level and you look like this and da-da-da. And it's like, damn, like what the, like they're going way too hard with the hate, but it's like, I mean, they're still bringing traffic to your page at the end of the day. That's a fact. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. Whether they hate it or love it, they're still giving you the benefit of the doubt.
They're still tuning in.
So, yeah.
Some haters are actually fans in disguise. But anyway, we're going to – that's Gasoline. The second track. All right, we have a lot to say about this shit. Yeah. How Do I Make You Love Me? I love this song.
Oh, man.
I love this song.
I love this song the second it opens with the drums. Dude, I think the first time –
first came out.
Yeah, bro. When this one came out, when I heard this one, I was like – I felt like I was in like the 80s, bro.
Yeah.
Like it literally gives you that Michael Jackson vibe. Right off the bat. Right off the rip with the drums, bro.
Super lit. Yeah. Oh, shit.
No, we're good. It's still rolling. No, we're still rolling. We're good.
It's good, though, right? Like
yeah, FL is still going.
It does that, though, right?
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, we just have a little technical, not difficulties, but, you got to make sure everything's rolling.
Yep.
But How Do I Make You Love Me? Definitely a retro 80s vibe.
Oh, yeah,
Super
for sure.
Lit.
For sure.
When I first heard it, It wasn't like my It wasn't like my favorite track off the album after I listened to it all the way through. But then now it's like kind of grown on me even more and more. I'm like, yeah, I love this song because it's got that retro.
Oh yeah.
80s. It just feels like a.
It just feels good.
Yeah.
It's just a feel good record. I mean, even though again he's crying out for someone to love him, so it's really not. You know what I mean? Like, but
nobody's listening to this nigga.
No.
This nigga's drowning in depression.
He's like nobody's listening to him. No, I think the hook on that one is really strong, and I like the pre-hook when the leads come in.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing with that too is that Swedish House Mafia produced that, which is pretty dope and unique, honestly, because it doesn't really sound like something that they would produce. So I thought that was dope.
They could be changing their sound up.
Absolutely. I mean, who knows with the next album? They have another album coming out.
That's fire.
Soon, but yeah.
Definitely love that track. Take My Breath.
Classic.
Yeah, when he first dropped that, the single.
Bro, I was hooked on that. I was hooked on that.
It's like Sonic cocaine.
Dude, I was literally like hooked on that. That came out the day I went to Miami.
Oh, it did?
Yeah,
That's
to
crazy.
meet with my manager and stuff, and that was
fire, bro.
Dude, I was bumping that. You could ask Pip, bro.
Yeah.
I was bumping that.
Bro.
The second it came out till the second we left Miami. I mean, it was just on repeat.
The way that track comes in, like the dun, 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 dun,
it's
just,
crazy.
You're like, and if you watch the
It's
video
crazy.
too, I'm a big fan of the videos. Like I said, you watch it come in, and you're like, what story is he about to tell now? Like, you know what I mean? I don't get that way with a lot of artists because they just kind of do the same shit as like everybody else. But he's always trying to push it different. You know, push the sound different, push the visual. And yeah, that Take My Breath. What else can you say other than that? It's a hit.
It's classic.
Well mixed. It's well crafted.
Everything.
And I actually, what I wanted to say too is I love what they did with the album cut versus like.
Yes.
The regular.
It's an
you
extended.
heard the single in the video. It's different than
it's
how
extended.
it is here. So when I played it in the car when I first was listening to the album, I was like, and you hear that like that vocal effect, like that little riff or whatever. I'm like, yo, this is crazy because they let the instrumental ride. Just a super dope track.
Oh yeah.
And then you have arguably my favorite off the album. It's between this one and another one. Sacrifice.
Oh yeah.
Sacrifice goes crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that one.
Crazy.
That one is gas.
Crazy, bro.
No, that one's fire. I like that one.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say about Sacrifice?
Oh man, I think the first time I heard it, I wasn't as hooked. So it gave me a couple like more listens. Yeah, I needed a few more listens, but super Michael Jackson vibes on that one.
Yeah,
I mean, like definitely Thriller.
Thriller vibes.
Definitely Thriller vibes on that. And it sounds like something Quincy Jones would have made in the 80s, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was on that record. I think Swedish House Mafia did that one as well. I'm not too sure on that. Don't quote me on that, but
okay.
I think they produced that one too. But what'd you think?
I love the record, bro. I mean, the guitar riff is crazy. Like the drums, they're pretty simple, but they knock. I just love like again the video. Like the video is in my mind when I hear the songs and like they have this super cool effect in the video where when the chorus hits, it's like his soul is like leaving his body. It's just some crazy symbolism and shit I'm not gonna get into right now, but I just love how like the visual with the colors and it's like his face is morphing and shit. But it's just crazy, man. I just love his art. And yeah, like the Sacrifice record is one of my favorite. I mean, there's another one that we're gonna get into, but banger. And then you have A Tale by Quincy, the interlude.
Oh, sick.
Just a
sick.
vibey interlude.
Vibe.
I feel
just
like
a vibe.
Just a cool little like, what do you want to call it? Like a worded. It's not poetry, but he's like telling a story. Like a little story about his mom
he's
and
telling.
everything.
I think it's sick. And again, I love when artists do that.
Yeah.
And they just throw in these like little interlude tracks. It like kind of like calms you down and pulls you back out.
Yeah.
And then the next one just pulls you right back in.
Yeah, like the way that the instrumental is for that little Tale by Quincy, it's like it's kind of like soothing, but it's like leading you into something else.
Yeah, you know something's coming.
Yeah, and then like
a banger's coming.
And then like he's talking and stuff, and then it like fades out because it's kind of a sad story. He's talking about how his mom was put in a straitjacket when he was a kid, and his brother watches her get pulled away. Yeah, I'm like damn. And then it goes right into Out of Time off this record. How you feeling?
That's my favorite record off the album.
This might be my favorite record of all time.
Bro. It's just from the start, the sprinkling coming in and just the guitar and everything. It's just the production is flawless. Flawless, I would say. I mean, and again, the craziest part was that I thought that was like originally made on the Weeknd's team, but it really wasn't. It like what we were saying. This is a sample from the 80s. But I mean, they did add in a couple things. You could hear like a couple of pads and here and there, and obviously the wording is completely different and the lyrics are completely different. But no, I really can't say anything other than it's brilliant. Songwriting, I mean, it's excellent.
You
It's
said it,
excellent.
brother.
To me,
You
it was
yep.
excellent. I loved it. It's a good listen.
Yeah, you said it, brother. I mean, it's about as close to a flawless record as you can get.
Yeah.
Like it just feels good.
Yeah,
It's a bop.
absolutely.
His vocals are amazing, and
Mhm.
that hook is just incredible. Bro.
Oh my
Like,
God.
It's just it's like a sad song because most of the songs are like sad.
Oh yeah,
Wake
the
up.
gloomy,
But
definitely.
It has like a happy kind of uplifting vibe, and like it's retro because it's like an '80s J-pop, Japanese pop sample. It's just
Yeah.
an awesome record. And then we go into now this record kind of surprised me. Here we go again with Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, that one was cool. I'm not
No
the
drums
biggest,
on that one.
No, it's just straight through. I'm not the biggest Tyler the Creator fan, and I know people are gonna be like, "What? Whoa!"
No, it's not that crazy. I mean,
I'm not the biggest. I mean, I like some of his earlier stuff.
Yeah.
I like some of his earlier stuff. I can't lie to that, but
Dude, I loved his goblin shit. Like the
oh yeah,
ignorant ass
yeah,
shit.
his
Not to say you gotta
his
keep
like
doing that,
old
but-
like weird stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's he's a genius. He's a genius artist. You can't
definitely,
knock him on that. But I thought he did pretty well on that verse that he got. I thought he did pretty well. I don't know if they fit together on that record. I think he could have got somebody more like maybe Bryson Tiller or somebody like that kind of fit that vibe a little more. I think it's kind of like the vibes are a little off. But either way, I think it's a good record.
Yeah, and see, this is the reason because I know you said this is going into like this is one of your favorite Weeknd projects, if not one of your favorites, like between After Hours and all the other recent shit he did.
Yep.
This is one of the reasons why I say like this knocks it down a couple pegs. Not just like his feature overall with that record. Here we go again. Does it throw off the record completely for me? No, but at the same time, when he comes in, he's like, "Although his love is strong." I'm like,
Yeah, it's a little
I don't know, man, because the Weeknd's voice is like
soothing
like
and it's
contrast that they might.
well, yeah, maybe that's what they were trying to go for.
Yeah,
like
so
a
I
contrast.
respect
Yeah,
it.
I could see that.
But
could see
yeah,
that.
it's kind of like
It's one of those things I feel like where it's like they were probably almost done with the record, and they were like, somebody in the back was like, "Let's get Tyler on this." You know what I mean?
You know
It's
what?
like,
let me get him.
let me get him. Let me give him a call. But
He's right here on my Snapchat. Let me,
he's
that's crazy.
let me
man.
take a quick snapperooski.
Yeah. Like that's a good
See if
point.
he wants to hop on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not a horrible record because I like the Weeknd's voice on it a lot. I think
Yeah.
the pad or the whatever instrument they use is beautiful. It's a dope little interlude kind of like soothing track, but not my favorite. Then we move on to Best Friends.
Best Friends was cool. It kind of gave me an old school vibe from him.
Yeah, it's chill.
It was probably
is-
one of the more like recognizable Weeknd tracks. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't mean recognizable like in like you can tell that it's totally him. It's kind of like gives you almost like a trilogy kind of vibe, right? A little
Kinda,
bit like
yeah, a
that,
little
like
bit,
a little
yeah.
bit more of an old school vibe. Nothing like his retro stuff because it doesn't really have that vibe to it.
Yeah,
It's kind of more has like a moderate like rap vibe to it, a little bit,
yeah,
like a little
it's
bit of it. So
boom, not boom bappy, but it's like it's got a little bit of a hip hop swing kind of.
yeah. Still a
yeah.
great record.
I like the record, but I'm gonna be honest with you. That's one of them that I might skip. Like if I'm
Me
listening
too.
to the
Me
album,
too. Yeah, I would
might
skip that one too.
record. I ain't
I'd
gonna
skip
lie to
that
you.
one too.
There's a couple on here that I would be like, yeah, I'm gonna skip this
Mm-hmm.
one because it's not a bad song
No.
by any means, but
No,
it's just like
but it's not. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree 100% with
you
that.
know,
Yeah.
like anyway, cool track. Is there someone else?
Oh,
Banger.
oh my God, banger!
Yeah,
Literal
banger.
banger, bro. That record is great.
Just the way it comes in with that, like, you know what I mean? The way they switch it up. 'cause
The
it's like a
vocal
different-
chops. Oh,
It's like a
so
little
good,
bit of
bro.
a different melody, and then like,
So good.
yeah. Is there someone else? What can you really say that we haven't said already? Like, just amazing production, amazing vocals.
Amazing. And the hook on that is great.
Yeah, it's
great,
just
bro.
awesome, man.
The
I hope
hook
he
on
does a
that is
video.
great.
Yeah, I hope he does a video for that one or something. Because that was the one. Remember when we were like waiting for it to
The
drop?
teaser.
And
The
we saw
teaser.
like-
Yeah. We were literally listening to it in my car driving, and we would like just
On
replay it for like
Yeah.
a minute straight, like a minute or 2 minutes straight.
Just like, damn, what is
And
this
we were
gonna
like,
be?
"This is fire!"
Mhm.
Like,
See, because
but-
you can't even imagine like what it's gonna be when it drops, but you're like, oh, this is like some different shit.
Mhm,
Like, what is this
mhm.
gonna be? And then it drops, and you're like, oh, like this is
yep.
wow, this is a great record. Like, cool track, cool track. Starry Eyes. Now this one is like kind of interlude, but I actually like this one a lot.
I liked his performance on this one a lot,
Yeah,
and I liked how he kind of gets into. It's more of his darker side. It's kind of him opening up to somebody. It sounds like almost like a cry out. It kind of
He's
feels.
always
It
crying
kind of
out for
feels like it kind of feels like that with this record. But again, the production is flawless. Everything. I love the synths. I love how there's no drums in it.
Mhm.
I love how it's just
Smooth.
straight through. It's smooth. Yeah.
Smooth track. I think it's kind of got an interlude sort of a vibe, but
Mhm.
not really because it goes straight from. Is there someone else in the Starry Eyes? But Starry Eyes. I like his melodies. I like what he's saying. There's like a point in the song where he's like, "Let me be that." You know what I mean? When he does that stuff, like his voice is just.
Yeah.
I'm doing a terrible job at impersonating it, but it's great. And I'm gonna be honest, like I'm not trying to sit up here and be like, oh, everything he does is great. Like if something was whack on this, like we just said,
We
the
would say.
Tyler verse, and then
Yeah.
getting into
Yeah.
there's like another track on here that I'm not too big of a fan of, but I'll say if it's whack, like I mean, but for the
Yeah,
most
like I
part,
said, bro, the Tyler verse to me it didn't do it for me.
yeah,
but,
it was all right. Like I don't know, like you said, like you're not the biggest fan of Tyler
No.
the Creator.
No.
I like some of his stuff. I'm not the hugest fan. I'm not like really checking for when he drops.
No, me neither. I don't
that's
check
just
when
me.
Tyler drops. No.
Yeah, I know a lot of people
No.
love his music though,
No.
and that's cool. But anyway, Every Angel is Terrifying. This is kind of like another, not interlude, but like almost like a cinematic kind of thing.
This is one of the tracks I think I've skipped probably the most.
I think you have to skip it.
Yeah,
after
I
a while.
wasn't a big fan of this one at all.
I feel you.
It just wasn't one of those ones that like caught me.
When you listen to
You
this
know?
all the way through, that's probably the last time that you'd like listen to. I mean, maybe you go back and like listen to it
Mhm.
again. But it's one of those tracks where I feel like you're not really gonna go back like, oh, Every Angel is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna like that's a bop. Nah,
Yeah.
it's not really that kind of. It's more of like a cinematic like soundscape, whatever you want to call it. You know. What on the computer? Yeah, no. I was gonna say with FL, like with the audio.
No, we're good. We're good on FL.
Can you hear it?
FL's good. Yep,
I
we're good. It's still going. FL's not gonna stop.
All right. So anyway,
It shouldn't. Let me just check. But it should.
yeah, just like move the mouse because I was looking at the timer before. First episode, folks, we got to check in and see, make sure everything's running properly. Yeah, it's still going 27-17. So we're, damn, it feels like we've been talking for an hour, but it's only been
not
even
20.
30.
Yeah,
Not even
literally
30
only
minutes.
like 28
That's
minutes.
good,
It's
though.
crazy.
It's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Every Angel is Terrifying. Like I said, after the first or two listens, like I'm not really gonna go back and listen to it, but
Mhm.
still,
No,
it's
me
a
neither.
well-crafted
Me neither.
Little piece of art.
I think
So,
it's I mean,
and then we go into "Don't Break My Heart." I love this record
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's a vibe.
This one's sick.
Yeah.
This
The,
one is sick.
Yeah, what do you want to say about it?
Pretty much like the other tracks. I mean, again, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to listen to this one fully. I'm probably gonna skip this one as well.
You gonna skip Don't Break My Heart?
Yeah.
I feel like you might go back to it over time. You'd be like,
I
this one's
might. It
pretty-
might be one of those records that grows on me, but for now, it's again like you pretty much know which ones I listen to the most.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, again, it's a good record overall. But
Yeah,
again,
it's
it
a
wasn't my number one on there.
It's a bop, folks. I mean, it's like an '80s vibe. The whole thing is like an '80s vibe, but it's another bop. I like it. Now, I heard You're Married. Now, let me just say this about
Yeah,
this track.
this one's sick.
This one is a dope
Yeah.
track because now this might be an unpopular opinion because I see like this is like one of your favorites off the record.
Not one of my favorites. I like how Calvin Harris produced it.
He did?
Yes, it has.
Nah,
Yes,
what,
bro.
bro?
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw it too. I was like, "What?" But it does have that Calvin Harris like. What's that album that he came out
you're
with?
right. Now that I think about it, like Slide. It
Slide.
kinda has that
Yeah.
vibe.
Oh yeah, it's got that. Bro, I almost get like Vice City vibes.
Yeah.
Right? Little GTA Vice City
Yeah, it's
vibes with that
vibes.
one, right?
Yeah, super vibes, bro.
Yeah.
I really like this record a lot. It grew on me even more after I've listened to it a few times. I heard You're Married. Yeah, like he the Weeknd does his thing on this one. But I will say this: the instrumental is great, the vocals are great, the hook is great.
Yeah.
The Lil Wayne feature for me, when he comes in, I don't know. For me
Yeah,
personally,
it doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, like I'm
It
gonna be
doesn't
honest,
do it
Lil
for
Wayne.
me.
Listen,
I'm
bro.
not a Lil Wayne fan either, to be honest, bro.
Listen. Okay, Lil Wayne, you was like the voice of our childhood, like growing up. Like I used to watch Lil Wayne on top of the limo with the lollipop video. I wanted to be him with the fucking hat and shit. And I was like, yo, this dude's the man, bro. Like,
Yo.
but let me tell you something. His voice after you, it's like the Tyler the Creator thing. Like you have the Weeknd's nice, soothing like voice, cohesive, and then
Like,
his
I just-
raspy.
yeah, I'm not a big
ass
fan
voice,
of
which
it.
he has a dope voice for when he's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
he's like suited for. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, yeah, he's an insane rapper.
Yeah,
insane.
yo,
But it just
amazing.
didn't fit the vibe of the
Yeah,
track.
like bro, I'm telling you, like when
just
he
didn't
came
fit the
in,
vibe
I
of
was
the
like
track.
sitting there by my computer. I was like,
Honestly, bro, you want to know who I think would fit well over that? Drake.
that's a fact.
I think
was
Drake
thinking
would
Bruno
have
Mars,
bodied that, bro. Oh yeah, Bruno Mars too would body that
would've
too.
been crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah, Drake would have bodied that.
yeah, Bruno Mars would be
What's
sick
up
over
with
that.
Drake and the Weeknd not working? They have beef.
I don't know, bro.
Like, what's
I was
up with
thinking that too. I was like, yo, I was kind of like shocked that there wasn't a Drake feature. I mean, they didn't work together on the last album,
Right.
or the one before that, or even the one before that. I mean, this stems back for a couple years ago at least.
What was the last record that they did together?
Oh my god, I don't even remember, dude. What's the one that they have? Oh my god, I can't even think of it. It's not coming to my head right now.
The Live For thing off Take Care.
Yeah, but they had one. Crew Love.
Oh yeah. That was fire.
Crew
That
Love
was
is
gas.
fire.
Take
Crew Love
Care.
is fire. Yep.
Yeah, you can't even deny that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. They might have beef. Maybe not. Maybe they're just super busy. I don't know.
It
man.
could
There's a
be.
lot
I
of
mean, bro.
politics.
Again, bro. They're the two biggest superstars right now.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
For
so
sure,
it's
for sure.
again, if their time ain't matching up, that I don't think the last thing on their mind is doing a record together. You know.
Yeah, I think the Weeknd has his
So.
own complete, vision.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like whoever's gonna
Absolutely.
fit into it is gonna fit,
Absolutely.
and if not,
Absolutely. I agree.
But yeah, I heard You're Married. Cool track. I got thrown off by the feature a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I like some of the rhymes in it that Wayne was doing, but it just threw me a little off guard. That's all. It's still a good record. And then Less Than Zero. What do you feel about this record? I almost feel like it's a save your tears of this record.
It has that. I think the first time I listened to it, I kind of felt like it was a track that should have been given to, and this is gonna sound crazy. I think it felt to me like this should have been given to Post Malone. It has a Post Malone Circles vibe.
That's true. Damn.
That was the first thing that came to mind when I heard it. I think it's a great record. I think it's great.
Yeah.
But I think it should have been like a track for Post Malone. I don't know if The Weeknd fully delivered on it, but I do think it's a great record nonetheless. You know, but
Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree with you. Like it's a cool record. It's one of those that I think in a few years or in a few months you'll go back and be like, oh, I remember that album.
I remember this.
It's like
yeah.
nostalgic. It's got a
Yeah.
nostalgic feel to it. I feel like,
Yeah.
like
it
I
has
said,
a classic feel to it. Yeah,
It's like the save your
Yeah.
tears of this record, in my opinion. But
I agree with that. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd skip it. I don't know if I'd let it rock. I think I'll let it rock for the most part. It's a cool track, not my favorite, but and then at the end you have Phantom Regret by Jim. Cool. It's a cool outro.
Sick.
I'm not gonna lie. Definitely saying a lot of like introspective, deep things. I mean, what do you think about the conclusion of this album and everything?
He hints that there's a part 3.
Yeah.
He hints Afterlife.
Yeah.
Come on, that has to be it.
You think that's what it's gonna be called? Though?
Yes, I think there's After Hours, Dawn, and Afterlife.
After Hours, Dawn,
And then
after
Afterlife.
Hours, it's like nightfall. Dawn
Dawn
after
is the
hours
morning.
Is like a new day.
Is a new day. Yep. And then the Afterlife is the future.
You're like there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he and I
Crazy.
think he hints about it through the album. And again, we haven't seen it, but he kind of gives you those little innuendos that something's coming. You know.
He does talk about
But-
a trilogy. He's like, do you guys know that you're witnessing a trilogy? I tweeted about it and stuff.
He's been
so
tweeting about it. Yeah. So it
he's
definitely
on board.
has to be. Oh yeah, he's definitely on board.
on board with the trilogy. I'm all in, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see how this one pans out. You know what I mean? Of course, because I've been a fan for. I don't know how long you've been listening to him,
Oh
but
my
I remember
God,
being
bro. I
in high
remember-
school. Yeah, like listening wrestling season and shit like that.
Bro, I was in
17 years old, 18.
12th grade. I was in 12th grade when I listened to him. So I was 17, 18.
Yeah, 17, 8, same.
And that was when I really started to hear about him. And bro, he really wasn't big at the time.
No, dude.
He had the
like,
fucking wacky ass hair and shit.
That was
but
like, dude. The
that's
Weeknd
his,
back then was
yeah,
awesome.
that's the OG Weekend shit. That's
awesome.
the OG stuff.
But I don't like when people hate on the new Weekend. You know what I mean? Like the new Weekend.
I don't know how
tracks.
you could.
good
Like I
music.
just don't know how you could, bro. And a lot of people, I also, I guess, I think this is very true. I don't think a lot of people, if they aren't musicians,
Right.
they don't know that artists
so
mature.
So true.
They don't know that artists mature as normal humans do.
Yeah.
So something you did 5 years ago, you're not gonna do 5 years later.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be the same in life.
You're not. No. Life is all about change.
Yeah.
Life is all completely about change, bro. So like, if you're making music 8 years ago, and obviously it's coming from the heart, your heart might change a little bit down the line. You might go through a lot of things. You might go through breakups. You might go through traumatizing situations. You're not gonna make something the same as if you made in the beginning. So a lot of people have to kind of accept that. And you know, when a lot of people say like, I don't like his new sound, I don't like this, it's you kind of have to have a change of heart. You know what I mean? Because again, you weren't the same person 8 years ago that you are today.
Right.
So
I agree, 100%, bro. I don't think it's wrong for people to not like it. Maybe it's just not their taste. But at the same time, like you said, people want the Weeknd to make the old trilogy sound now. You know what I mean? They wanted to do that all over again. And it's like,
Yeah.
he was already different back then for doing that.
Mhm.
Now he's got to come with something completely different.
Yeah.
Because this is his vision. You know what I mean? He has a
Mhm.
trilogy,
Yeah.
the new vision for the trilogy, which is like the After Hours, the Dawn FM, and potentially the Afterlife, his next album. So it's like you said, we're supposed to keep evolving in life and growing. We're not supposed to be doing the same shit over and over again. And that's another, this is kind of a tangent, but I hate when people are like, oh, you changed. Motherfucker, duh. Like,
Yeah.
you're supposed
What do you think?
to.
I was supposed to like stay the same?
Yeah,
like,
come on, bro. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
it's pretty
just nutty,
crazy.
bro. Like, you're supposed to keep evolving in life. You're not supposed to look at nature, bro. Without getting too deep into it, look at nature. The trees every year, they bear leaves, then they die out. They barely nothing.
Look at the
it's all
seasons, bro.
evolution.
Seasons
Yeah.
change.
You gotta, it's seasons to life, man, and you're gonna keep growing. And honestly, I'm proud of what the Weeknd is doing, even though he's like crying out for help, and his soul might be
Tampered a little bit.
Yeah, tampered with, and he might be trying to fight for it back at this point. It seems like, but he's making some amazing music. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Oh
the
yeah.
one thing
You
I gotta
can't.
respect.
Yeah, you can't knock that.
Yeah.
Nah, he's and I think he's gonna make amazing music to the day he dies.
Yeah. Is somebody calling?
Probably my mom.
Mama.
But
Nah, we good though. So yeah, to wrap it up, what is your score of Dawn FM?
score.
Yeah, if you had to score it, sometimes I don't even like to do this.
Are we doing out of 100 or are we doing out of 10?
I think let's just do it out of 10.
Okay.
You could do half points and stuff, but that's it.
Oh man, that's a good one. I don't want to give him a 9 because I don't think every record is flawless.
Glad that you said that.
I'm gonna say 8.3, 8.4. Because again, there's a lot of Hold on.
Podcast intermission. Well, folks, got to take a brief break. Brief break in between. Let me close the door. Hold on, folks. It'll take a quick second. We have a bit of a interlude ourselves going on here. Vincent had to tend to something downstairs, aka 2 a.m. Sorry if I just revealed your real name, but yeah, he had to tend to something downstairs. We're patiently waiting his return while scoring the album. I don't want to give my score of the album yet because I want to hear his first, but I'll say this. I'll say that it was a great album. I think somebody is coming up the stairs again. Or are they? I don't know when he's going to be coming back, so I'll just say this. I think the album is great. The album pretty much encapsulates a whole new universe, a whole new sound, a whole new landscape that you can play around in. You know, it's just awesome. Okay, I hear somebody coming up the stairs. I don't want to get too deep into it. I've been entertaining the audience. He has arrived back again. I just told him we had to take a little interlude. You know, no big deal. Just a little interlude. Yeah, I said Vincent or 2 a.m. I was like, I'm sorry if I just revealed your real name, but we had to take a little interlude and wait for him to come back. But it's okay. We could probably edit around it, or maybe just leave it all in because
we get the fucking point.
We don't pull out.
You get
Okay,
the point.
Like, it is what it is.
We don't pull out. We don't pull out.
No. Okay, so where were we?
Pull out game is strong.
Yeah, very strong. Okay, the scoring.
Scoring, 8.3. 8.3 for me
8.3.
because I think, like I said, I'm gonna skip a few tracks on here.
Me too.
So I
Probably
can't give it a
bunch,
9.
actually.
Yeah, I would say a good 3 or 4.
Out of all these,
I can't, bro. And if I had to really separate the album, I would say the first half is better than the second half.
I said that. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%, bro. I'll give it this rating. When I first heard this album, I was like 7. But then when I listened to it again and again,
It's
I'm
more
like
than it's
8.
definitely,
I'm like 8.
yeah.
Solid 8 for me, no more, no less.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I'm gonna tell you why. Some of the features on here throw it off for me a little bit. The
Yeah,
interludes-
that's really what hurt it.
the
is the
interludes
features,
are
yeah.
super dope. But even some of the other records, like we talked about Less Than Zero, we talked about Best Friends, Starry Eyes. They're cool, but I don't know if I'd always want to go back and listen to them. Like maybe once in a while.
No, I probably won't. I mean, again, like you said, once in a while when you haven't heard the album, you'll hear it.
Yeah.
You'll listen to it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's not one of those things where I'm gonna like turn on when I get in my car. I'm not gonna turn that record on.
No.
I'm not gonna go on my Spotify and press play on it. I'm just not gonna do it. You know?
I'm going straight to Sacrifice. Like,
Yeah.
I need to hear that
It's
record.
like I'm going straight to Sacrifice.
Nah, but yeah, I give it an 8. Very solid, very cohesive project.
Favorite song?
Favorite song, dude. It's so hard between Sacrifice and At a Time. Because I
It's
love
At a
them
Time for
so
me.
much, bro.
Right.
I be dancing to Sacrifice. Just, you know, like the rave shuffle where motherfuckers be
He's
doing
like
that
the
shit.
rave
Bro, I be doing that
shuffle.
shit. Bro. When that
Yeah.
comes on, it's just, and when I work out, it's just amazing, bro.
That shit's fire, bro.
Sacrifice or At a Time, 8.0 overall. I think After Hours, to me, After Hours is a 10. That's just me. That's just my opinion. The world that he created.
I'm more of a fan
character.
of this album
Really?
than After Hours.
So
Yeah.
wait, you're gonna rate? What would you rate
Yeah.
After Hours then?
After Hours, 7.8, 7.9. It's up there.
okay.
It's definitely up
Well,
there.
no, I
It's
think-
definitely up there, but
You like it because it's more of like that pop.
it's more of that pop
Dance.
80s. I love the 80s vibe, bro.
Yeah,
I
me
told
too,
you,
me
I'm
too.
I'm a big sucker for it. So when
Feel
he
you.
delivered on a couple of these tracks that have that 80s vibe to it, man, I was hooked in immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 8.0 overall. You heard it here first. 8.3 overall. Great album, cohesive.
Let's talk about how he kind of like he's kind of shadowing himself on the album, right? Like
What do you-
obviously we said he has a lot of struggles and stuff, right?
Yeah.
He's kind of in a way I feel like not showing the world that he has problems, but he is showing the world that he has problems and kind of like differentiating between the two. So it looks like he has a lot of like you can kind of hear the relationship problems that he has on the album.
Yeah, he's like.
You can
yeah,
hear that
yeah,
he likes to isolate himself a little bit.
Mm.
There's so much mental health I think behind it,
Oh yeah.
which is probably a big tool for him, I would say, in songwriting.
Yeah.
Obviously, you never want to suffer from mental health, but for some people, it's a tool. You know, so it's pretty sick, honestly. Some people can use it as a tool to inspire others and you know write some honest stuff. But yeah, that's one thing that I took away from the album, I would
Yeah.
say.
I think he's definitely battling demons.
Yeah,
Quite literally, like
Yeah.
to an extent.
for sure.
I think he has a lot of regret on this album.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and just in general about maybe past relationships and certain things that he got involved with. Who really knows? I'm not in his circle. I don't really know him. like
Bella
that, obviously.
Hadid.
Yeah, Bella Hadid has
Bella
definitely been a
Hadid.
huge muse for some of his
Definitely.
best music. I don't
Definitely.
think anybody can deny that.
Definitely.
So shout out to her.
Yeah,
But I mean, he's definitely fighting demons, man. And he's been fighting demons for a long time, I feel like. And we groove to the songs, we move them like, hey, the Weeknd. But
yeah. But
this
deep down inside,
motherfucker
yeah, he's hurt.
he's
He's
in
hurt.
pain, man. Like, I don't think this is one of
hurt.
those cases where he's just pretending. You know, I could kind of see it in his eyes, like in the interviews, and
Yeah.
just he's very like meek almost in his interviews,
Mm-hmm.
and his music is
Mhm.
so expressive. But like in interviews and just in general, like he's pretty laid back, he's pretty calm, pretty mellow. I don't know what kind of demons he's battling with mental health or, like I said, the other things within the industry and stuff like that. But mental health, man, listen, man, mental health, as the years have gone on, I've realized that that's more important, arguably, than just like what you eat and even who's like around you and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's heavy stuff, man.
Oh yeah, I mean I've been struggling with it for the past 2 or 3 years. I mean it doesn't
Yeah.
get any easier, but you know you learn to like manage it. You learn to put it off and
Mhm.
and you know you kind of have to wake up and you know realize every day's a new day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's never a bad life. It could be a bad day, but it's never a bad life.
Yeah.
And you know that's one thing that just kind of like keeps me going because you've seen me at my lowest. You know you've
Yeah.
seen me. You know anxiety,
through it.
depression, just going through it, going through the fucking ringer. You know and I think you're a strong fucking person if you can get up every day and keep fighting. To me, that's stronger than any UFC fighter, any
powerful.
boxer. That's you know, if you can get up and roll with the punches that life throws at you, and the voices in your head, and you know the negativity that builds up in your head, you're a stronger person than anybody to me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I would agree with that, bro. Because people, I think, are starting to realize it now. But the mental battle, especially as a creative, I mean, I don't know one creative that doesn't have some kind of
my
mental health
God.
struggle.
Yeah, definitely.
Or hasn't had some kind of a mental breakdown. I mean,
Definitely.
it's a crazy journey, folks. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm going to say this right now. If you getting into music to just make money or be cool, get the fuck out right now.
Get the fuck out.
You ain't going to
Yeah.
make it, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you got to
Literally
really
get the fuck
love
out.
it
Yeah.
and love to create.
It's got to be your life. Yeah, it has to consume you, honestly.
yeah,
and that's
it's
not the
gotta
best way to
be
put it, but
kind
it
of an
has to
obsession.
consume you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not to say you got to be a workaholic and like work 13 hours a day on music every day, but you got to be consistent. And like, look, we're still kind of on the come up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're still like
Mhm.
in the industry, but like you're gonna see the process of us with each podcast, how much we grow, how much things elevate from this, from the music, from everything. And so we wanted to catalog like the whole experience basically with the podcast and the music, the vlogs, whatever. But like I was saying, dude, it's like the mental health thing is so big nowadays because I think everybody is struggling with it to an extent, myself included. Like every now and then I'll have my bouts. The last few days, I'm not gonna lie, I've been feeling kind of just anxious and frustrated for no reason. Maybe for reasons like financial reasons or location and shit.
Bro,
like that. But
that's the thing with mental health, bro. It's like, you know, people could be having everything, millions of dollars, beautiful houses, beautiful cars, beautiful women.
Yeah.
And they be the ones, bro, who are falling. They be the ones, bro, who are crying out for help. You know what I mean? So it really, and I should really believe this in myself, to be honest, but I don't sometimes. Material things don't really matter as much. If you're not good up here, nothing matters at that point.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So, you kind of have to just find your way with it, and you kind of have to like put it first when it happens, because a lot of people put it off. You know, mental health is very stigmatized. It's very, you know, pushed off. It's, you know, you're not a strong person if you don't do this and don't do that, which I think is bullshit.
I agree, bro.
You know, because if you're one to stand up and talk about it, again, like I said, you're the strongest person to me.
That's what's helping people, though, is when you speak about, like, when people like him, people like me, just people from all walks of life, artists, entrepreneurs, the construction guy, your father, your mother, like, your dog might have anxiety, but they can't exactly express it.
They can't express it.
You know what I mean?
They can't express
like,
it.
I'm telling you, like, when people talk about it, though, and say how they really feel, sometimes you ever just feel like talking to somebody about it, like, hey, I'm feeling kind of depressed lately, or I'm feeling, like, frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
It just, like, lifts off your shoulders.
Oh,
and you're
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I can get through this.
Absolutely.
So bad.
And then, you know, there's there's some people, and it's crazy, too, because I've been reading this book. It's called The End of Mental Illness.
Right.
I think I was telling you about it. By this doctor, I forgot his first name, but his last name is Dr. Ammon.
Something
Ammon.
Yeah.
He was saying too, and this was crazy, but because I never really knew this fact, but like 1 in 10 Americans are on like antidepressants and stuff, and you know, I'm no lie, I'm on them. You know, I have to be able to focus on my work. I need to be able to focus on my health. I need to focus on my future. You know what I mean? And sometimes, you know, at the end of the day, it is chemical. It is really a chemical thing. It's, you know, it's a chemical imbalance in the brain, and that's nothing that we can help. You know what I mean? That's something that like we can go to a Stop and Shop and buy something that brings that back. You know what I mean? For the longest time, I was always against medication. I was always one of those people that was like, I'm never going to get put on medication. I never want to do this stuff. And again, although I'm on a very, 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 very...
I just want to clarify. You're on like a...
It's a mood stabilizer.
Yeah,
so it kind of just...
antidepressant,
It's not
right?
really... No, it's not an antidepressant. It's kind of just keeps my mood like stable. So
just
I don't fall like into...
bit.
Yeah, I don't fall into like a depressive state. Because, you know, my anxiety... I think I have much more worse anxiety than I do have depression. I don't really suffer. I can't say I suffer from depression. I get bouts of it, but I have more anxiety where I get pent up.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way.
Worriness.
I just have like
energy.
Shit. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I want to
I'm
get shit
just
done.
like,
and
shit, like what's going on?
This
And
world is crazy, bro.
yeah,
So
it's
like
crazy. But
inside.
for me, my anxiety kind of manifested into depression. So that's when I was like, all right, I need to get help.
Hand in hand a lot of the time.
Yeah. I was like, I need to get help. I need to go see somebody. So, you know, I go to a therapist, and you know, again, I don't know why a lot of people don't talk about this, because it's, you know, I mean, it does hurt a little bit to talk about it, but like when you find out that so many other people struggle from this in the world,
right?
It's like, well, fuck, I should have spoken up about it sooner. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. But again, you know, it helps me. It may help you if you're going through it, and that's kind of like a big reason why I wanted to start this podcast too, because I wanted to, not even open up, but just to show people that, you know.
Just to help people.
I go through it. People go through it. Everybody goes through this shit, you know? So it's like, you are definitely not alone. Like, if you're watching this, you're definitely not alone.
Right.
And you have to realize that. You have to kind of come to terms with that, you know? So
100%, bro. I was going to say, because this will take us down like another little rabbit hole of a conversation.
Yeah.
Where do you think, because I know in my mind, I've kind of went down the rabbit hole and figured out where the origin of like my anxiety or like my neuroses and shit. Like,
oh, man.
You know, where it began. Where would you say it began for you?
Oh man.
know?
I think when we went to California that first time. Like,
I'll let you elaborate. Go ahead.
yeah, so before that I never like I've been on a plane like 2 times before that. So
Okay.
I was OD stressed about the plane. I had come off a 2.5-year relationship. I ended a 2-year relationship.
Right.
And then my grandmother had died, and then I had lost my
that year. Yeah, that was a rough year.
and I had lost my dog who I had for like 15 years, all in like a matter of like a month. All 3 of those things happened in like a month. So, I mean, for me, that was the lowest point I had ever been in my life. And honestly, bro, I didn't. Not that I can't say that I've ever contemplated suicide because I never have. But it was a very big, not possibility, but I was just like, what else is there to life? You know what I mean? Like, you kind of hit that, like that.
You just
wall,
felt exhausted.
Bro. Yeah,
you know what I
just
mean?
feel exhausted.
Just
you
like
feel
it's too much.
Fuck, man, like this is too much.
Yeah.
But then you kind of find these little things that keep you in there. Like, I think my anxiety though really stemmed when I had signed my first deal, like with Carnage's label, because.
Yeah, talk about that because a lot of people think once you sign a record deal or you sign something in all your life, you're rich now. Not the case. Fucking far from
yeah,
it, okay?
very fucking far from the case. No, I had signed the record down with Illusion. Shout out Illusion, fucking crazy fucking producer. That's our homie right there.
Yeah, he's a homie, man. I remember when he came through with the Dunkin', like this motherfucker came through. Shout out Illusion, man. He came through with like a Dunkin' Donuts coffee that was the size of my head, bro.
Literally,
I was like,
bro.
this motherfucker. And he's like, yeah, I just took a bong ripper.
Yeah.
I'm like, this motherfucker's tapped in.
Yeah, he's that's my homie for life. I love that kid. No, we had before that, a couple months before that. I could probably talk a little bit about how that all manifested into one another. But a couple months before that, you remember when I was working at that job? I had a 9-to-5 job, and I mean it was more like an 8-to-7 job, to be honest. I fucking hated it. Like I fucking literally.
So it was like 11-hour days.
Yeah, bro, it was brutal.
Holy shit,
It was brutal.
man.
It was brutal.
That's fucked.
Bad.
How are you supposed to be happy working? I don't
You're
know.
not.
If people do it,
You're
God
not.
bless you, but
You're not. You're just not. You're just fucking not. So, I was working there, and every day I would go into the office. I would sit there for like 20 minutes, maybe 20, 25 minutes. I would sit there in my cubicle, and I would say, how the fuck can I get out of here? Like, no, I'm being honest, bro. Like, I would I'd be like, how
can I leave?
Can I just fucking clock out right now and walk the fuck out? I'm just like, bro, like, I can't, like, I was sitting there, bro, and I'm just like, yo, I'm not going to live like this. Like, this is just bad. So I think my anxiety started a little bit in those earlier stages right there because I was like, I know what I want to do in life. I know the moves I have to make. I have to start moving. So, again, bro, I was going to work at 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, coming home like 6, 7, and working on music till 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning.
So in a way, it kind of it can be good.
It
can be a good thing
fire
in a way.
under my ass for sure. Because it was like, you got to move. You got to start moving, or else you're gonna stay in the same spot that you've been in.
You realize you got to make a move.
Yeah, you realize it's like, well, life will start to hit you and realize.
Oh man, life will rock you, man.
Yeah, life will fucking rock you. So it's like, me and Illusion had started that record. I want to say, damn man, I can't even remember, because that record came out not this past summer, the summer before that. So we had started that maybe in October or November, right before COVID actually hit. And they called me in the office one day, and they were like, look, this is when COVID really started to hit. It was like the first remnants of it started to pass over to country. And my manager was like, look, we're going to have to let you go. We're closing down a couple buildings overseas. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I walked out of there doing like cartwheels, bro. I was like, bro, let's get the fuck out of here. I was like, it's go time. So I think about 2 weeks after I met up with Illusion, we had finished that record, and we kind of sat on it for a couple months because we weren't sure we didn't know the intention of what we wanted to do with it yet, because we were like, should we get a rapper over it? Should we find somebody to do a top line over it? We didn't really know, but we had that vocal. So we were like, all right, maybe the record is like 95% done. And then summer came around. I want to say maybe April or May, and we were all in that lockdown during that period, and we were on Heavyweight Records Carnage is for people that don't know. This is Carnage's label, his record label. We were on. They were on Instagram Live, and we had submitted the record, and they don't play every record. I don't think they play every record, but they tried to play every record. And one of the first records that they played actually ended up being Me and Illusions. And I remember, I think it's Josh and Ethan. Shout out Josh and Ethan from Heavyweight. They listened to it and they went nuts over it, and they were like, "All right, I think this is one of the records that we're going to show Carnage." So I, right there. I mean, for me, Carnage has been like I don't want to say like the main inspiration for me, but I remember seeing Carnage like in 2016, 2017.
Damn.
At fucking Webster Hall and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Before Webster Hall closed down. So it's like to hear words like that is like, fuck, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So we got an email back about a month later. We got an email back from the Heavyweight team, and they were like, look, we listened over like a fuck ton of records, and we think, and Carnage thinks that Down is one of the best he's heard off of what he's gotten. So we were like, like I was like, I had to like look. I was like, is this real? Like, is this a legit or real email? And then I had called up Illusion. Me and Illusion are like fucking freaking out over the phone. We're like, what the fuck is going on? So then I email him back, and he was like, yeah, we'd like to ask you guys a couple more questions to see if you guys can maybe see if that sample is cleared. But it was cleared. We got it off of Splice. So
shout out Splice.
Yeah, really, shout out Splice. Splice is a fucking game changer. We got the email back. We sent an email back saying that everything was pretty much cleared, and then we didn't hear from them for about like another month, and then they came back and they were like, all right, we're going to go ahead with signing this record. Carnage loves it.
Crazy.
Carnage has been playing it, and it was like one of those moments where like my brain was like it did a flip. I was like, what the like, because again, when you think when a bigger peer or somebody, somebody bigger than you like accepts your music, it's like, oh fuck, I made it. And it kind of puts you in that zone where it's like, fuck, I'm going to be making a lot of money now. I'm going to go on tour. I'm going to be doing all these things. But it can't be farther from the truth.
It never happens when you think it's going to happen. That's what I feel like it is.
Absolutely. No, it doesn't.
It just comes kind of out of random.
And
just like placement
that's it, bro. It's just that one. You never know when that one placement's going to hit. And it could hit now. You know what I mean? Like I could get a text message now saying that, somebody's getting placed. But
crazy.
Yeah, no, we'd signed that. And then that came out July 19th or 18th. I forget the day, but we were in California.
I remember being in California.
Yeah, we were in Cali when that came out. And and again, I'm nobody, bro. Like I'm not. I can't. You know what I mean?
Somebody.
Like I'm somebody, but I'm not. Like in the grand realms of things, like I don't want to sit here and say I'm this. You know what I mean? But
no, but you had a dope run with that. And just,
it was a dope run. But it's just
if the record was bad, he wouldn't have picked it. It was dope,
absolutely.
Crazy
I agree with that.
I mean?
I agree with that 100%. But I think a lot of people that I haven't spoken to in like years were like messaging me. Like, hey, how you been? That's a sick record. And it's like, bro, you listen to country music. You don't even listen to EDM.
Yeah, they just want
how are you going to sit here and tell me, you know what I mean? So it's like,
don't be fake.
Exactly. And that was the number one thing when that started to like weigh on my mental. I'm like, damn.
Okay.
There's a lot of fake motherfuckers out here. There's a lot of people that you got to like look over your shoulder. You know what I mean?
Man.
But that kind of like all led up to then me and Pip, signing with the Lights Global.
Lights Global, Dooney.
Dooney, shout out Dooney, my manager.
Yeah, shout out to Dooney.
And the whole team, everybody at the Lights Global. But that kind of like led everything else up. I mean, not that because we signed with Heavyweight, it kind of led up to that specifically, but it kind of like let me know what's ahead, and it kind of like threw me in the industry a bit, just to know that okay, this is a possibility, that's a possibility, this is a possibility. You know what I mean? 'Cause it kind of like opens up your eyes a little bit when it comes to the industry side of things.
Yeah.
So,
see, that's an amazing story, man. I think that's definitely gonna inspire and like open up a lot of kids and people's eyes to what is possible. And like you never know which record is gonna go. Just keep going, keep pushing. If you really love it, if it's your passion, just don't give up, man.
Yeah.
Like there's like a picture, or I don't know if it's a meme or something, but it's like a guy mining, and he's like digging for we have this picture
right there. We have that picture of success.
Work and stuff.
Should we bring that in?
Yeah,
let's bring that in for a second.
Yeah,
because that
we'll show this, and then basically the analogy that I was gonna give was when you're about to strike diamond or you're about to strike gold is when a lot of people give up. but you got to keep pushing because you're right there. You know, it's like in Minecraft where you've been digging now. There's nothing down here.
Yeah.
You go through one more layer and there's the diamond and there's tons of it. You can't give up, man. Minecraft was trying to tell you. Okay, so anyway, this poster right here. Hopefully they can see it.
Yeah, they should be able to see it.
The lighting's probably decent enough, right?
It should be.
So yeah, you want to break down what's going on here?
Yeah. So
Am I gay?
for everybody that can see, obviously success is at the top. It's when you reach the top.
The tree.
Nobody sees this. Nobody sees this at all.
And look how deep the roots are.
Yeah,
Mind
they go to the bottom. You know, so it starts with risks, doubts, failures, criticism, you know, discipline, sacrifice, rejection, late nights, persistent, and hard work. Nobody sees any of this. It's just this. It's just this. This is all it is. It's people only see this, and that's when people really start to care for you.
Yeah.
People don't care for you when you're down here, and this is where you have to really be up on your shit, because you have to know that if people aren't here, don't accept them here.
No.
You know
That's
what I mean?
that's where you find out who's really fucking with you. Like from ground zero.
Yeah.
Like building
down
the roots,
here, not
watering
even,
with
not
you.
even up to here.
No,
not
no.
even like at the
Fuck
cusp.
that. Like
Fuck the cusp. Like down here.
You need like beneath the center of the earth. Like who was
It's literally
there
like center
when
of
I
the
couldn't
earth
even
shit.
afford a 4x4? Like who was rocking with me? Like, and then you see the roots
Yeah.
branch out and it's deep, and that is why this is such a dope poster, because the success at the top. Look how abundant this tree is. That's you.
It's a beautiful
that's your
tree.
life. That's your
That's
success.
your life,
Whether
yep.
you're at 20, 25, 30, 40, doesn't matter. This is the success. This is you in abundance. But look at how deep the roots are. You ain't going nowhere. Your foundation is so strong.
Yeah.
You've been nourishing. You've been learning. You've been through so many trials and tribulations. And now look at you. You're an abundant tree. Maybe you got some fruit growing and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. It's a dope poster. I feel like
It's crazy. I know. We might have to. We might have to, like, from now on, like.
if it fits right here for now.
Let's put it. Yeah, it fits.
We might find a better
Perfect.
spot for it. But
Yeah.
I think we could leave it there for now.
Right next to good old Einstein.
Yeah, shout out to Einstein.
Shout out that rich man, rich handsome man.
But yeah, what everything you said about mental health. You see, I thought you were gonna. It was all true. I admire you for speaking truthfully about what you've been through and being honest and like trying to almost like lend a helping hand.
Yeah.
And use your voice and your platform to like let people know they're not alone, because so many people deal with this shit, man. This is like drinking coffee at this point. Like
Yeah.
people
Absolutely.
really struggle
Absolutely.
with this shit on so many varying levels. You're not alone. You're not crazy. You're not weird. This world is fucking crazy, in my opinion. So, you know, to be well adjusted to a sick society is no sign of good health. That's one of my favorite quotes.
Oh yeah.
It's like this world is pretty crazy right now. But
And on top of that too, my DMs are always open. Like if if people are going through it, struggling, you could always DM me. I'm always. I may not answer right away, but I'm always a DM away.
Yeah.
And I want people to know that, because there was a lot of people for me that were there for me when I needed them the most. And again, they were only a DM away, and they would message me back and kind of keep me comforted. So I just wanted to throw that out there too. But
yeah, for sure. And I get for me, without getting too long-winded, because I thought you were gonna say something with your mental health about like when you were a kid, like something happened and it like progressed.
honestly, bro,
but not
no,
really, right?
It was, no, like I mean, I no, and I
Not really,
grew up.
right?
I grew up from I have a loving family. I can't really say anything bad about my my childhood, because there's really nothing. There's no trauma. There's nothing that tried to inhibit me. No. Nothing. So it really just shows you that it could be anything. It could literally
Some
be
things
anything
just
that
trigger
just
you,
it just triggers you. Yeah.
That's wild. Man.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think. What do you think, brother? You think you want to wrap this one up for now? Or you got
Yeah.
more?
If you want, I mean, we could. I think the next few topics, are definitely going to be probably on the next episode and stuff. But
we could go. I mean, we've had conversations like this off camera.
Oh my God,
so many
bro,
different
like-
times, to like 2 a.m. We
dude,
gotta
what
talk
did we
about the
say?
Sonic-
Like, oh my God, yeah, bro.
Sonic sandwiches
Sonic.
and shit.
Oh my God.
At 3 a.m. to come up. But yeah, our socials. If you want to drop your socials to let people know where they can find you and stuff, I'll tell them mine after.
Yeah, so you can find me on pretty much everything at IM2AM_. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music, everything, TikTok, everything.
Yeah. My I gotta do some editing with my handles, because some of them are like all over the place. But if you want to follow my Instagram, or like you said, if you want to DM us, talk to us, just throw some topics that we should talk about. I go by _. It's 3 underscores right now. Chosen. See, it's just so convoluted to even explain. I gotta change this shit. I'm sorry, folks, but I was trying to do something different at the time. But for right now,
Yeah.
3 underscores Chosen with a 0 in it, and then 1 at the end, the number 1. So 3 underscores Chosen with a 0 and then 1. I'm gonna make it easier for everybody. Trust me, so that you don't gotta fucking type in the Greek alphabet every time.
And these podcasts actually will be uploaded to YouTube, Instagram, Twitter at Sonic Boyz. So we're gonna be creating that very soon. And
Sonic Boyz podcast,
Sonic Boyz for life, baby.
Gang.
Sonic Boyz.
All right, y'all. We signing out.
Peace out. Peace, love.
Peace and love. Until next time.